David Morrell, the father of the modern action novel and the creator of RAMBO, joins us to talk about Scavenger, his heart-pounding new dark suspense thriller. David, thanks for joining us.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
Now, your previous novel, Creepers, was a New York Times bestseller and won several awards. Your latest novel is Scavenger. Do Creepers and Scavenger have anything in common?
Well, to a degree. In Creepers, the main character, a man named Ballinger, rescues somebody named Amanda. And I use them in Scavenger, but it's not a sequel. But I wanted these characters because they're survivors.
The characters in Scavenger are hunting for a lost 100-year-old time capsule. And what you have to say about time capsules is utterly fascinating.
The first time capsule that is something that was called a time capsule was 1939 at the World's Fair in Flushing Meadows, New York, right outside Manhattan. That time capsule was predicated on something earlier called the Crypt of Civilization.
That eerie name deserves some sort of an explanation.
The people who did the Westinghouse time capsule got the idea for it from Oglethorpe University in Atlanta, where the chancellor, the president, decided the Nazis were coming to rise in Europe, and he was fearful for the survival of civilization.
In Scavenger, your main characters use some very high-tech equipment to unearth the mysteries of the past.
Well, the primary one is a global positioning satellite receiver. There is a game called geocaching in which a handheld GPS receiver is used. And the game is that you are given coordinates and you follow a red needle on the screen of the GPS receiver, which sounds like it would be pretty simple to do, but it's not in a straight line because there are all these objects. In real life, there'd be forests and rivers and what have you. And you have to use your ingenuity in order to get around it and then get to where the coordinates say you're supposed to be and then find the object.
Scavenger also has a lot to do with video games.
5 characters are isolated in these wide open spaces in this valley where they're trapped. And they need to, and it's a 40-hour plot. And the average video game takes 40 hours to play. And that's how long these people have to survive in order to find the 100-year-old time capsule, which is a real object in the story and known as the sepulcher of worldly desires. And they're told that if they can find the sepulcher of worldly desires, they win the game and they get to live.
David, you continue to have a very long and distinguished career of 35 years. And your first novel, First Blood, was the basis for the RAMBO movies. To what do you attribute your success as a writer?
Surprising myself, seeing new ways I can take thrillers, and at the same time, I'm surprising the reader. If somebody picks up one of my books, they never quite know where I'm going to lead them. And it's that idea of a literary adventure that really excites me.
David, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's always a pleasure to chat with you.
The book is Scavenger by David Morrell. It's a riveting dark suspense thriller about a desperate high-tech scavenger hunt for a 100-year-old time capsule. Pick up your copy today and learn what's in the capsule, but be prepared. Sometimes the past is buried for a reason.